This is Teaching Without Limits, employee news and announcements for Vestavia Hills City Schools. And now, here's a message from our superintendent.
Welcome to the mid-quarter newsletter for Vestavia Hills City Schools. Of course, we're providing this to you in video format this year. This is something new that we're doing and hope that you will find it to be beneficial. I really would like to hear from you about things that you would want to hear from me or from folks in our office throughout our district that might be helpful to you in learning about things going on. There are many good and positive things to share. There's also a lot of information to communicate throughout the year, and so we want to provide to you what you think would be most beneficial. I'd like to start this particular newsletter off by introducing you to new staff members that have come on board in the Vestavia Hills City Schools Central Office over the last 6 months. I started on March the 12th, 2018, and in between that time we've had several new faces to join us. Dina Ford joined us earlier in the school year, and she is our data specialist. Courtney Brown is our Chief School Finance Officer. She joined us in May. Dr. Patrick Martin is our Assistant Superintendent for Operations and Services, and he joined us in July as well. We've also had new additions that include Keith Price, who is our Director of Technology, Dr. Amy Rainey, who is our Director of Student Services. We have been joined in exceptional education by Mary Lastly Balo, and she'll be doing work with gifted education among many other different titles that she'll carry along the way. And most recently we have had Taylor Armstrong join us as a systems specialist. So we've got a large number of folks that have joined us in the last few months and wanted you to be able to see them and meet them in our video. I'd like to share with you some things that we're doing throughout the school year in terms of our communication. As you know, our mission is to educate our students and provide opportunities so that they're able to learn without limits. And we have 5 pillars that distinguish that mission for us in our system. And each month in our chamber newsletter that we do, we're focusing on one of those. And this month the focus is on unparalleled community support. It is impressive the amount of support we get from all of our community partners that include Vestavia Hills City Council, that includes the Chamber of Commerce, Help the Hills, our foundation, our PTO. As you know, last year our PTO provided over $500,000 to our schools. Our foundation provided over $60,000 in grants for our schools as well. It's enormous the support that we have. But a reciprocal part of that is that we also teach that service is a duty. And so part of that unparalleled community support is that we give back. And as a school system last year, our students contributed over $360,000 plus additional in-kind support for various charities throughout the city and throughout the state and nation. So I believe that plays an important part in continuing to have such a strong community support base. Next quarter during our newsletter, we'll talk about multiple paths to a bold future, and I look forward to sharing with you all the things that are happening in our system in the prior year and this year as well. I would like to now update you on a few things that are happening in our system in terms of planning and progress toward next year. As you know, we are completing construction in several locations. Just recently we have wrapped up construction at Cahaba Heights in the library, and that will be opening in the coming weeks, and it's a beautiful facility, and I hope you'll be able to get by sometime to see that. The cafeteria at West is nearing completion, and I'm hopeful in October that our kids will be eating in their nice new cafeteria, and our staff will be working in a beautiful kitchen space that's been provided. We have wrapped up projects on our other sites as well, as you know, and we are full speed ahead on 2 projects right now, one of which is at what we call Vestavia Hills Elementary Dolly Ridge, which is the Gresham Elementary campus, where we are building a 14 classroom addition in the back of the school. That's going to take place, and that's going to run through June to July of next year, and we'll be able to occupy that in August of 2019. I'm very excited for our students to see that. And on that note, we have an open house scheduled at Dolly Ridge on September the 30th from 2 to 4. That's a Sunday afternoon. Hope you'll be able to come by and see the beautiful facility inside. A lot of good things await our youngsters that will be attending school there. In addition to the project taking place at Dolly Ridge, we are on the Berry campus, which will be called Pizitz Middle School, where we are doing a renovation over that entire campus. That also includes some new construction, including a new band and choir room and a new gymnasium. There is a lot of work taking place there, and we're on schedule to finish that project next summer as well. and then our students from grades 6 through 8 at Pizzitz will move over in August 2019. Now, in addition to those projects, we are planning for some additional work at the Dolly Ridge campus, some exterior things, some things related to our traffic queuing lines that we'll be putting in place, and we're doing the same work over at the Berry campus because some of the feedback, it was very important feedback from our rezoning work, had to do with traffic and making sure that we had provisions set in place for doing that. And that leads me to the next comments I want to make. As we are transitioning next year to K-5 schools across the system and introducing a 9th grade campus at the existing Pizzitz Middle School, we have a lot of work to prepare for. There's a lot of logistics, tactical planning that is taking place as we speak. Our administrative team is working through all sorts of details. In October, we will provide our first report to the board this year on an update of that transition planning, and that will include topics such as our school start times, when registration will occur, when start times will end during the afternoon. We will discuss some issues related to where employees' children will be going to school next year. I know that's very important to you, and we want to make sure that you clearly know the pathway that we'll be working on as it relates to where your children attend school next year. So a lot of fine details that are in the planning stages now, and as we go throughout the year, our board will be getting briefed on that, and I in turn will provide you information during this newsletter. So I hope that you have had a great start to the school year. We're about a month in from the last time we all saw each other at Institute Day, and from what I've seen in the buildings, things are going spectacularly well, and it has much to do with the fine work you're doing in the schools. So thank you, and I look forward to talking with you next quarter.
2 Vestavia teachers received recognition in August for great work. Deanna Bell at Vestavia Hills Elementary East earned national certification in the Kodai concept of music education. And Mary Busby at Vestavia Hills High School was named Alabama's Outstanding Biology Teacher of the Year. Congratulations to both of these teachers. September is Attendance Awareness Month at schools throughout the U.S., and we can all play a role in helping students to build good attendance habits. Encourage your students to be here on time every day, and show them you care about their presence in your classroom. Thanks for watching Teaching Without Limits, and thank you for all you do to support our students.